Hi guys, so if you're new here, welcome. My name is Sarah and I make videos and I'm extremely out of shape. But today I'm going to show you guys how I made a bucket hat. This is actually my first time making it and I used a pattern from the Essentials Club, so I'll link their channel down below. Make sure to check it out if you want. So if you don't know what a bucket hat is, here are some photos. I think they became really popular the last few years, but I just never got around to buying one or making one, so today is gonna be fun. It should be pretty simple, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, let's get started with the video. So first off, here are the pieces that you will need for the bucket hat. For reference, I recommend printing and cutting out the pattern that I've linked down below. It definitely helps to get the right shape for the brim and headband since they're kind of hard to measure out. So yeah, print that out and cut it so you have the pattern. All right, now that I have my 3 pieces, we are gonna cut into our fabric. So here's the fabric that I'm using. It kind of has an oatmeal color and texture to it, so it's a little bit thick. But for this bucket hat, ideally you also want a thicker fabric like denim so that it has some structure and doesn't just flop down at the brim. Now you want to go in and trace out the circle top and then you'll end up with a tortilla like so. And for the headband, remember to fold your fabric in half so that it's 2 layers of fabric and you can place the part that says on the fold where you folded the fabric in half. Now you can either trace it or pin it down and then cut the shape out. Do this 2 times so you end up with 2 pieces for the headband. For the brim, you also want to fold the fabric in half, place the pattern on the fold so that the part that says on the fold is on the fold, trace it or pin it down, and then cut it out again. For the brim, you do this 4 times so you end up with 4 pieces. So I realized that my fabric is a little bit thick, so I decided to use 2 different types of fabric for my brim. You don't have to do this, but if you plan to do this, then all you need to do is cut out 2 brim pieces out of each type of fabric. Now taking the 2 headband pieces, you want to line them up so that the exterior sides are facing each other. So technically the side you want everyone to see, i.e. the pretty side, is actually touching, if that makes sense. Then you just sew along the dotted lines on the side, and then we have a headband that you want to attach to the circle top. So you can line up and pin your circle top to your headband before you start sewing like I do here. Note that the granola textured side is the side I want for the interior lining. So again, I'm piecing it together so that the pretty exterior side is facing each other. And we just sew along the pin side and now we have the top half of our hat. Next, for the brim, this is a slight deviation from other tutorials since I wanted my brim to have a frayed texture at the end. So here you do the same thing as you did for the headband. You line up the pretty side of the fabric so that it's facing each other and then you sew along the sides. You want to do this twice so you end up with 2 circle pieces. Now you just go in and line it together. This time just make sure your pretty fabric side is facing out and you can go ahead and add multiple rings to this headband. I think I added like 6 for mine, each around 1 to 2 centimeters apart. The next step is super simple. Just take the pretty side for both your brim and headpiece and just piece it together so that it's facing each other again. So for me, the oatmeal side is facing out and I didn't pin it and I just went ahead and sewed the 2 pieces together. It might help if you line it up and pin it together, but yeah, that is how you make a bucket hat. And I ended up with somewhat of a 3-in-1 hat if you don't mind the frayed edges. I actually thought it had some character, so here are the final products. Alright, so this is how it turned out. I like it. It's more of a sun hat type situation, so less edgy and hip and more just, you know, I would wear this on a beach. But I don't know, for my first bucket hat, I think it turned out pretty well. I kept the edges a little bit frayed so that it would have texture, but I don't know if it just looks undone. But yeah, I think my grandma really likes it, so I might just give it to her, and that is the video today. I might do this again with some nicer, hipper fabric. I've seen some with luxury fabrics or if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you don't like it, also like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day today. Peace.